Welcome, masses. Welcome back to One Name Sports. And today we're going to review all the round of 16 for the Europa League and the Champions League, and of course, give our predictions for the quarterfinal draw for both competitions. They're mostly straightforward, as we can see, but without further ado, let's get right into it. First, we had in the Champions League, we had Barcelona trying to overcome the 4-1 spanking that PSG and Mbappe gave them. For a lot of that game, especially in the first half, it seemed like Barcelona would, but Messi faltering again after a tremendous strike from long range, on the penalty, which looked like it would have, put the whole momentum their way. Met up against Keylor, who is known to save penalties, and just couldn't do it. Another big thing in the game was Dembele. Dembele showed exactly why him and Mbappe are not on the same level. Finishing. Dembele has great movement, has great skill, has tremendous speed like Mbappe, but finishing is the main difference. He got in some tremendous positions and just couldn't really test the keeper and wasn't putting in anything on target. Like, at no point was I afraid of Dembele scoring. Like, every now and then he'll get lucky because he can strike a ball, but for a two-footed player, finishing is in the dirt. So PSG was able to just, play the possession kind of, negative game, and they're through to the next round. The following game was RB Leipzig taking on Liverpool. Leipzig felt they were hard done from the first leg to lose 2-0, only to turn around and lose 2-0 again. The quality just isn't there. They're a blunt blade. They need that point of attack, and they just didn't have it. That the hole that Werner left hasn't been filled as yet. And funny enough, we'll get to Chelsea. The next game on the following day was Porto taking on Juventus. With Messi already home, everybody was hoping that at least one of the GOATs were able to make it through. That wasn't the case. Ronaldo, for his part, I wouldn't say he was uninterested. He was just in somebody's pocket. He was in Pepe's pocket for the most part. I'll give the props to him, even though it wasn't really Pepe. But, Ronaldo wasn't in the game at all. And, I don't think he had any meaningful shots. He just wasn't involved for 120 minutes. And they had that one player, I can't remember his name, with the ponytail on Porto, where, I don't know, he just wanted it more. And it just seemed destined for Porto to do the upset, and they did. And Juventus are home again. And since he's left Real Madrid, hasn't made it past the quarterfinals with Juventus. Juventus were in two finals, something like that, before he got there. Hasn't been there back since. I think the experiment has failed. And for Juventus, if I was their sporting director, I'd be looking at trying to probably get rid of Ronaldo now, where we can make some money. Sell him. Whoever can buy him, or send him to MLS, but he's not going to win the Champions League for you. I'm just sorry to say. This is the third, fourth version of this team, and it's just not working. The game after that was super exciting. Sevilla took on Dortmund, and Haaland is right now the kind of striker, other than Lewandowski and Benzema, he's just the kind of striker that any team would love. Like, he's so hungry and determined to score every time he plays. Like, it just feels like he makes the run. He has more desire. He is stronger. He is, faster. The will is just there. That he's like, I need to score. I really wish Martial had at least a fifth of that will to score. But, whether it's with his shooting or just with his intensity, he always seems like, he knows that his job is to put the ball in the back of the net, and he loves it. He loves the feeling of scoring. And he was the deciding factor with Sevilla. Tempers got rose up because of some little beef between him and the keeper. But at the end of the day, your team going through and their team didn't. Shout out to El Nassiri. He was really playing his heart out. But, Dortmund are through. The better side is through. The last four matchups, SAT took on Mönchengladbach. It was, foregone conclusion with that game. And the same way they cruised in the first leg, same way they cruised in the second leg. their whole team was pretty much rested because of Pep's rotation policy, and 2-0, and they just kind of chilled out from there. The next game was a little squeakier earlier because Atalanta was on form. Well, I thought anyway. And Madrid with King Karim, underrated, even though he's one of the legends for Real Madrid. Came through again, saved our bacon, 2 goals, helped out Asensio with 1, and through again. Madrid find a way, Zidane finds a way, and it's crazy that earlier in the season there was so much talk like, Zidane might have to go, not looking good, Atletico running away with the title. They're right there in everything. They're right there. Can't fault Zidane. It's a lot different than a lot of these legends that I knew from back in the days now coaching. Like, he legit knows how to coach. It's different. Different things. Again, the following day we had Bayern Munich versus Lazio, another foregone conclusion. Lazio, I'm sorry, is a whole different class of team that you're playing, and you got spanked up like everyone is going. Anyone that was facing them was going to get spanked up. And then lastly, we had Chelsea versus Atletico. I honestly did not see this game going that way at all. I don't know. João Felix, if I was him, I'd probably start creating some noise. This is not the team that he should have gone to. And Simeone he lost. I don't know. He lost too many of his players that it just isn't there, especially for the Champions League. And I know that's what he really, really wants to win. He's a great coach. Trust me. But you've got figured out. You've gotten figured out. And it was toothless over 2 legs, didn't score a goal, and Chelsea beat them on aggregate, 3-0. I don't know. But Atletico out of the competition. Maybe they can concentrate a little bit more on La Liga and get that back on track and see what Simeone can do. But for right now, he's not looking too good. It looks like he's not being challenged. I don't know. Now looking at these quarterfinal draws, some of them look good. First off, we have a repeat of the 2018 final. We have Madrid taking on Liverpool. I'm not going to tell you already how I think this is going to go. The problem is Liverpool doesn't have any defense. And I think Klopp is really only the Champions League progression right now, which is making him look not as bad as things are, but things are pretty bad. Blaming a lot of it on injuries, but things are pretty bad at Liverpool right now. So I expect Madrid to take care of business. Karim needs to be healthy for that to stay true, but I believe, again, Madrid will get the better of Liverpool. The next matchup is Pep and his side versus Dortmund. Now, to me, this is the trailer before the movie come out. I guess that's the best analogy I can use. But this is Haaland's showcase matchup versus City, because there's no way Dortmund is going to beat City. But Haaland right now, it's looking like he's too good for Dortmund. Dortmund they're not at the level that Haaland is at. Haaland wants to win a trophy. Like, you can see it with him. Like, he's on the level. He's like, I'm trying to compete with Mbappe. I'm trying to win things. And Dortmund 2-3 seasons ago, they were challenging Bayern. Bayern are far and away right now one of the classiest sides in Europe. And Dortmund is just not at that level. They're too inconsistent. They're all over the place, inconsistent in defense, in keeper, in midfield. The only consistent player they have right now is Haaland. So he's most likely looking to move with COVID and the finances. Only real couple places that can afford him is Man U and City. City most likely, because Aguero is probably going to get out of there. Now, I don't want anybody to go on City. I don't think City needs anything right now. But just think of Haaland and City. Jesus Christ. Moving on. We have to me, the weakest matchup Porto versus Chelsea. No offense to Porto, and no offense to Chelsea, I guess, but in a matchup against most of the other teams, one of them would probably lose. Again, both of them surprised me, but I'd say Chelsea is going to take this. It's going to be very close because two of them is even to me over the two legs. But I'd love to see an upset. Love to see a little Cinderella story. Porto make it into the semis. This is a game I really don't care who wins because I feel like whoever wins has a high possibility of losing in the semis. The last matchup though, we have a repeat of the final from last year. We have Bayern Munich taking on PSG, the revenge. Now, Neymar coming back and being healthy, this is going to be a very good match, especially with two legs. I don't think they have enough to beat Bayern, but the intensity should be high. It should be great to watch. I just don't think Bayern can be stopped at the moment. So it should be a great matchup. But again, I have Bayern, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Man City in the semis. All right, moving over to the Europa League. We had firstly, let's just go with the big game. We had Man U taking on Milan. Truthfully, as a Man U fan, that was a boring game, and I'm glad we win. But if it was just anybody but Pogba would score, because just the politics of Pogba being a difference maker at Man U, it just don't work. Like, I don't want him there beyond this summer. I hope him star up in the Euros and somebody buy him and him gone. But it's just, our midfield is just so boring without him in there. Love Bruno, but it just, we need to start for integrate Van der Beek in some form within the side so we can get some creativity or something, because Pogba is a rental. He's gone. He should be gone this summer. He don't want to be there. I don't want him there. But we win. We're moving through to the quarterfinals. I don't know what was going on with AC Milan. They did not look good, but Zlatan did almost score. That would have had us in trouble, but we did what we were supposed to do, and now we have the quarterfinal matchup versus Granada. Granada barely scraped through versus their competition, so I feel like right now the path is clear for Man U to make it to the final. We should scrape up Granada easily and move on from there. The next matchup was Ajax versus Young Boys. This would have been so much better if it was versus Leverkusen. Leverkusen, for some reason, just weren't up to scratch, got smacked by Young Boys, and Young Boys in turn got smacked up by Ajax. And they're easily through. In their quarterfinals, they will be taking on Roma. Roma is, Champions League competition, so this will be a pretty good matchup. I do have Ajax again moving through from there to the semis. Rangers took on Slavia Praha. Good matchup. The two teams looked even until Jamaican Kemaru Karachi kicked Smuddy in the face, and that red card completely changed the game. Slavia Praha was able to go on from there and win the game. Villarreal taking on Dimona Kiev. Emery and them boys took care of business over there as well. So they're moving on to take on Dinamo Zagreb, who had a tremendous performance by that one player that had a hat-trick versus Tottenham. I saw some of the Mourinho quotes. Tottenham just didn't come out with the right energy. And one man just make sure to say, yo, if we're going to lose, we're going to try our best. And at no point in time were Tottenham able to turn it on. I think that missing Son Heung-min was huge. That all the things that Son does is, supremely underrated. But when you have one player that helps with the press, runs back to defend, can create, and is giving you 20 goals a season, and now he's immediately out of the team, to make that adjustment for a match, for a big match like this, was just too much to overcome in such a short space of time. Gareth Bale again, he looks as if the game has passed him by. But he's only, what, 31, 32. He doesn't understand that right now. If you are a forward and you're not pressing, it just doesn't work for you. You have to press. You have to run. You can't just, you have to run back. You and your right back, left back have to be best friend. The winger, your winger right now is an advanced right back or left back. You have to do as much running. And he doesn't look like he has it's one of those things where you get so many muscle injuries that you don't want to run as much unless it is for the thing that you're good at. It's like when you're out of shape and you play a ball, you only want to run when you have a score, because you know how scoring feels, but you don't want to run back. You don't want to do the hard yards. You don't want to run back and defend or anything like that. That's what Bale is, and he's a liability to any team that he's on, which is why Real Madrid and now Tottenham don't want him. So I don't know how it's going to work, because the man expensive. It's like 600 and something thousand he's making a week. So gonna have to find a buyout or something and make him go about in business. Cause truthfully, honestly, if Bale wasn't making the money that he's making, mid-table side, Everton or something, that's where he'd be at. And even at Everton, he wouldn't get much games. The final matchup is Arsenal versus Slavia Praha. Arsenal scraped through, skin of them teeth, but scraped through nonetheless, versus Olympiacos. Once again, they make Olympiacos beat them at home, but they had enough of an advantage through the first leg to just, park the bus and you're through to the next round. Right now, it's looking like we might get an all-English final. To me, those are the strongest teams that are left in the competition, with Man U expected to win, but Man U find a way, so we shall see. Arsenal, I feel like in the next round, if they take care of business, they'll be taking out Villarreal. So having Emery come back to the Emirates to show up Arteta would be funny for me, but I would love to have the be an all-English final again. So again, just to clarify for the for this final, I have Man U, Arsenal, Villarreal, and Ajax going through, with Man U taking care of Ajax and Arsenal taking care of Villarreal. So we'll be able to see, an all-English final with Man U taking it. I'm doing my predictions now. We'll see how it goes from here. There's just not enough matchups left. And of course, in the Europa League, in the Champions League, we have City, Bayern, Real Madrid, and Chelsea all going through there. And boy, City, Bayern for a semi, that should be the final. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm a Bayern fan, but that's gonna be a lovely over 2 legs. But I feel like whoever wins that one should win the competition. And then on the other side, we got Real Madrid. That should be taking on Chelsea, and I have Zidane going through, so it's going to be most likely Pep Zidane or Zidane versus Flick, and from there again it would be Flick or Pep. Whoever wins that semifinal, that would be taking home the Champions League again. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share. Work hard on my content. I'm trying to be consistent, so share it around, make everybody see it. I love it. You can also follow us on IG. That is One Aim Sports. All one word, no underscore, no nothing like that. And let me know as I said, drop your picks in the comment section below. Let me know who you think is gonna take it. If can PSG, do an upset? Do you actually have Tuchel and Chelsea making it through? Do you have Arsenal winning on the other side? Can they, go over Villarreal, or will Man U beat Ajax, or Man U go find a way with Ole and him foolishness for lose in the semi-final again? We shall see. If you love this content, please check out the other videos. Drop your mentions there. I try to comment back on everybody. Thanks again for watching. This is One Aim Sports.